The BRIT Awards are the highest profile music awards ceremony in the UK, celebrating the best of British and international music each year. Since first being awarded in 1977, the Brits have produced some of the most notable events in British popular culture, including the height of the public feud between Oasis and Blur, Freddie Mercury's last ever public appearance in 1990, the Spice Girls' iconic performance in 1997, or Adele having her speech cut short in 2012, much to her anger. But few ceremonies were as memorable or as chaotic as the BRIT Awards in 1996. It was the year Britpop ruled the airwaves, Take That were breaking hearts, and the music industry was at its most flamboyant and unpredictable. And right in the middle of it all came that moment when Pulp frontman Jarvis Cocker stormed the stage during Michael Jackson's performance of Earth Song, sparking headlines, controversy, and endless debate. In this episode of the 90s Rewind, we're taking a look back at the 1996 BRIT Awards in full. Not just Jarvis's infamous stage invasion, but everything that made the ceremony a true snapshot of the decade. This was a night that captured the energy and attitude of 90s British pop culture. Jarvis may have stolen the headlines, but there was a lot more going on, and we're going to revisit it all. Before we start, if you're enjoying the content here on the channel, it would mean the world if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The 1996 BRIT Awards took place on Monday, February 19, 1996, and was broadcast on television the following evening. The show was held at Earl's Court Exhibition Centre in London, and our host for the evening is Chris Evans, who had also hosted the previous year. After a quick teaser of what's to come, we go straight into the first live performance from Simply Red with their song Fairground. A great performance to kick off the show. I've always been a big fan of Simply Red, their album Stars in particular being an absolute classic. Robbie Williams then comes out to present the award for Best British Newcomer. Take That will be performing later in the show, but Robbie had already left the band the previous year, so he won't be performing with the rest of the group. Some good nominations for this award, but it was always going to go to Supergrass, who had burst onto the scene with their #1 debut album I Should Coco the previous year, the most well-known song from which being Alright. We then get Martin Clunes and Neil Morrissey out to present the next award, the Best International Newcomer. Some heavy hitters in this category, including the Foo Fighters, Tina Arena, Garbage and Boyzone, but the award goes to Alanis Morissette, a name that Neil Morrissey didn't seem to know how to pronounce.
Best International Newcomer is Alanis Morissette.
A woman of few words on this night is Alanis, and so it's on to our next award, Best Dance Act, and to present the award is Ulrika Johnson, Bob Mortimer and Vic Reeves. It was at this point, very early in the show, I thought to myself, the 90s were just better, weren't they? If only we could go back. The nominations for this award are Eternal, Left Field, Massive Attack, M People and Tricky, and Massive Attack take home the award. We then go into the next live performance from Pulp with their song Sorted for Ease and Whiz. A relatively uneventful performance this, that is until Jarvis gets hoisted up in the air at the end. And with that we head to the first commercial break. We'll be seeing Jarvis again a little later. When we return from the break, we get one of the most memorable moments in the history of the BRIT Awards, a moment that was actually cut out of the broadcast. Michael Hutchence of the Australian rock band INXS came out to present the award for Best Music Video, and the award went to Oasis for Wonderwall. But when Oasis got to the stage, Liam said this.
Well, for one right here, Michael's gonna give me a slap right in the face, so come on!
And then, just as they were about to leave the stage, Noel said this.
Has-beens shouldn't present fucking awards to gonna-bees.
Michael left the stage and was reportedly quite upset at what Noel had said. I won't go into too much detail about this and will instead refer you to this excellent video from James Hargreaves Guitar, where he breaks down the entire incident and what led up to it, adding a lot more context to the situation. In any case, it has gone down as one of the BRIT Awards' most memorable moments. We cross back over to the stage for a performance by Alanis Morissette of her song Hand in My Pocket, and every time I hear this song, all I can hear is Evil Scotsman.
And the girls are all gagging for a portion of my 10-inch cock.
The next award is Best Single, which Chris says is probably the most unpredictable category of the night as it's voted for by the listeners of BBC Radio 1. And here to present the award is Radio 1 DJ Joe Wiley. Perhaps surprisingly, Take That took the award for their single Back for Good. I would have thought that with the immense popularity of Oasis, Pulp and Blur at the time that one of them would have taken the award, but well earned from the now 4-piece Take That. Next up is Best Album, one of the most coveted awards, and here to present is the incredible Lenny Kravitz. Once again, an incredible lineup of albums nominated for this one. Blur's The Great Escape, What's the Story Morning Glory from Oasis, Pulp's Different Class, my favourite among them, The Bends from Radiohead, and finally Paul Weller's Stanley Road. The winner, of course, as we could have all probably guessed, was Oasis's What's the Story Morning Glory. The boys take to the stage for the second time tonight and give us yet another memorable moment as they take the piss out of Blur.
I'd like to thank all the people.
Oh,
People, so many people, and they walk your counting hands through their shite life.
This once again appears to have not been broadcast when the ceremony aired the following evening, as it instead cuts away to a clip of Oasis playing Don't Look Back in Anger, presumably because of the bad language at the end. But this moment certainly contributed to the ongoing feud between the two bands. After the next commercial break, we're back with Celine Dion, who is going to be presenting the award for Best International Group. As is expected by now, some huge artists in this category. The nominations are Bon Jovi, Foo Fighters, Garbage, Green Day, and TLC. Bon Jovi emerged the winners, and John Bon Jovi himself comes up to the stage to accept the award, with the announcer telling us that he had only just arrived at the ceremony 10 minutes before winning this award.
On behalf of the band, we thank you. Adios.
Next up is Best International Female, and we have Kylie on stage to present the award, which went to Björk. But she was unfortunately not able to attend the ceremony, so instead we see her then boyfriend Goldie surprising her with the award on stage in Hong Kong. And now the time has come for the biggest moment of the evening, Michael Jackson's performance of Earth Song. Michael was to receive a special Artist of a Generation award at this year's Brits. And despite being quite young at the time, I distinctly remember watching this on TV when it aired, not quite fully grasping the scale of MJ's fame at that time. There's absolutely no question that he was, is, and always will be the king of pop, but Earth Song was something different. It's an epic, powerful ballad addressing the issues of the environment and animal welfare, and in my opinion is one of Michael's finest works. The song was the Christmas #1 in the UK for 1995, and Michael gives an excellent performance of it here. And then comes the moment that has gone down in history. Just as Michael takes to the skies on the crane, Jarvis Cocker runs on stage. I'm not 100% sure if these close-up shots of Jarvis on stage were shown during the Tuesday night broadcast, as the full video of the show I found only appears to show him from a distance. Following the event, Jarvis was questioned by police about the incident, but in the end wasn't prosecuted for anything. Jarvis said his motives were to protest the way Michael appeared to be portraying himself as some kind of Christ-like figure with the power of healing. And one of the most interesting facts about the situation was that comedian Bob Mortimer, who was a trained solicitor, actually helped Jarvis and gave him legal advice following the incident. Check out Bob's autobiography for the full story on that. In any case, the incident made headline news around the world and is perhaps the most famous and memorable moment from the history of the BRIT Awards. Immediately following Michael's performance, Sir Bob Geldof takes the stage to award the aforementioned Artist of a Generation award to Michael, who comes out to the usual chaotic and rapturous response he always got as arguably the most famous person on the planet. Next up is another very special award, the Freddie Mercury Award, given to music projects in the charitable field. And the winner is the Help album, a 1995 charity album featuring a variety of artists, which was made to raise funds for the War Child charity, which provided aid to war-torn areas. On stage to accept the award are Tom York from Radiohead and Brian Eno. One of the big ones next, Best British Male, and we're joined by Iggy Pop on stage to present the award. The nominees are Edwyn Collins, last year's winner Paul Weller, Van Morrison, Jimmy Nail, and Tricky. And taking the award for the second year in a row is Paul Weller, who like the previous year wasn't in attendance to accept the award and instead provided a video message to say thanks. Following this is Best British Female, and the nominees are Joan Armatrading, PJ Harvey, Annie Lennox, Vanessa Mae, and Shara Nelson. Tina Turner presents the award and the winner was Annie Lennox. After this, we get what is described as Take That's final ever single, a cover of the Bee Gees song How Deep Is Your Love. At the time, Take That were in the process of disbanding, having announced as such just days before this performance. We of course know now that Take That have since reunited and have recorded a further 6 studio albums, the latest of which was in 2023, but the reaction at the time from fans of the group was one of absolute heartache and sadness. And now it's time for the big one, Best British Group. The 90s truly was an incredible era for British bands, and the nominees for this one make this a tough call. We have Oasis, Blur, The Lightning Seeds, Pulp, and Radiohead. 5 incredible groups who have produced some of the most iconic British music ever written, but the award of course went to Oasis, giving them 3 awards in total over the night. The final award of the evening is the Outstanding Contribution to Music Award, which this year goes to David Bowie. And here to present him with the award is Tony Blair, who at the time had not yet won the 1997 election and become Prime Minister. David accepts the award and then takes to the stage to perform some songs to close out the night, and with that, the 1996 BRIT Awards came to an end. Looking back, the 1996 BRIT Awards captured British music at its absolute peak. This was the era of Britpop in full throttle, when bands like Oasis, Blur, Pulp, and Radiohead were dominating the charts and defining a generation. The show was packed with iconic artists, unforgettable performances, and the kind of chaotic, unpredictable energy that you just don't see at award shows anymore. From the feuds and the fashion to the speeches and surprises, this ceremony truly had everything. The anthems of the time still hold up today, the jaw-dropping moments that made headlines around the world are still discussed, and there was a sense that something truly exciting was happening not only in music but in popular culture as a whole. The 1996 Brits really did capture it all. Even nearly 30 years later, it still stands as one of the most talked about Brit Awards of all time, and a reminder of a time when optimism in the country was high, British music was dominating the charts, and the culture of the country felt bold, rebellious, and full of possibility. What a time it was to be alive, and what a privilege to be able to relive such an extraordinary era in British music history. Thank you for watching this episode of the 90s Rewind. If you enjoyed the video, it would mean the world if you could give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and memories of not only this BRIT Awards, but any of the incredible ceremonies from the past. Stay tuned for more videos looking at the sights and sounds of our past. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.